Scottish champions travel to Barcelona tonight, a team they lost to 6-1 back in 2013. But Neil Lennon knows all about taking on the Catalan Giants from his time in charge of Celtic, and he joins us now. Good morning, Neil.
Morning, Neil.
Morning, Danny. Morning, Quinny.
Never mind that 6-1. You masterminded a 2-1 win over Barcelona in 2012. Tricky question, Neil. Can it be done again?
Yes, it can be done again. I think Celtic are on the up again. Obviously buoyed by a big win at the weekend in the Old Firm. So psychologically going into the game, the players are in a very good place. But, I mean, this is a different animal altogether. Going to the new camp is as formidable as it gets, and you need real mental strength, discipline, concentration, all those things. And you need a lot of luck as well, Danny. You need your goalkeeper to play well.
Yeah.
And, hopefully what Celtic need to do really is try and get the first goal if they can and hold on to something for as long as they can.
I mean, people like me, fans of the game, see the mountain they've got to climb and say, oh, this is a freebie for Celtic. You know, if they do well, they're heroes. If they do badly, everyone expected it. But you as a pro, you can't think like that. Brendan Rodgers and his players will be looking for weaknesses in Barcelona's setup and looking to play to their own strengths.
Yeah, absolutely. Like what you have to accept is that you're not going to have the ball for long periods. They're the best you can't play them at their own game. If you go out and try and attack them, then you're basically committing suicide. But what you have to do is try and stay in the game for as long as you can. And what we did, back in 2012 was look at them from set plays where that was a real weakness. I'm not even sure that the practice, defensive set plays, and we were able to sort of capitalise on that while still staying in the game. But they ask everything of you, Danny, like in terms of, they wear you down. Even when we took the lead at Celtic Park, the next 25 minutes was just a tsunami of attack after attack. And, thankfully we were able to hold out that night.
I mean, Brendan Rodgers likes his teams to express themselves, Neil, going forward. But, I mean, if they do that tonight, there's only going to be one result. Have they got the discipline? Has he got the discipline as a manager to do what exactly you just said?
Well, you need to have that tonight, Quinny, because, as you say, Brendan does he has a certain way of playing, and I get it. We all like to play that way, but there's times when you just got to accept that it's not going to happen. And this team is the best in the world at it. I've seen, greater teams in Celtic go to the new camp and just get absolutely demoralised by the way they play. And the fact that they got beat at the weekend, I'm not sure that's a good thing for Celtic either. You'll have Suarez, Messi, Iniesta, and Neymar back in the team. So it's as tough as it gets, but, it's like you said, it's more or less a free game for them, really. If they can get something out of it, it'll be fantastic. And if they lose narrowly, then it's a moral victory for them.
The only thing I'm looking at... Sorry, Neil. I'm just saying, the only thing I'm looking at is that, look, they had a great victory over Rangers, the OFO, on Saturday, but Kolo Touré's done well since gone to Celtic, but Kolo Touré, at the heart of the defence against Suarez and Neymar and Messi, I mean... good luck.
No, listen, Mickey, it's no good making horse noises. Celtic, as Neil will tell you, have to plan to stop them.
I know what you're saying. To be fair, he's come in and he's added a bit of experience and a bit of nous to the back four. You got Mika Lustig there, who's an experienced right back. You got young Kieran Tierney, he's a real prospect. And you got Shevchenko. Now, it's not just about the back four. They're going to need that cover from Scott Brown and Beaton in midfield. And the wide men, they're going to have to give themselves up tonight, Quinny, because, the fullbacks of Barcelona, play high and wide as often as they can. I'd imagine Alba will come back in at left back as well. So they've got to do a real graveyard shift up and down the lines tonight in terms of, filling in the gaps that, Barcelona will try and exploit.
I have to say, I mean, obviously, we always tend to focus on Lionel Messi, and good reason for that as well. But Brendan Rodgers perhaps going over the top in the press conference describing Luis Suarez as a beautiful man and really, really meaning it. But we have to acknowledge his first 100 games for Barcelona, the fellow's got 88 goals. I mean, every one of these scored at a top level. Incredible footballer.
Danny, you're sitting next to a centre-forward who scored a lot of goals. He was a class centre-forward himself. They're down breed, I think, because in the modern era, they always wanted to play one striker, and I always like playing with two strikers because they're the most important players on the pitch. I think Suarez is the best striker in the world, because it's such a precise role these days. Just that one lone striker, but he does it so well. He's so powerful. He's deceptively powerful. He's brilliant with both feet. He's quick, and his finishing is, out of this world. So, he has gone into Barcelona from Liverpool with a huge reputation, and he's fitted right in as if he's been playing there all his career with, world-class players alongside him. Those three last year, just lit the world up with the amount of goals that they scored, and they are formidable together. There's no question of that. And then they're backed up by Busquets, Iniesta, and Rakitic. It's quite a front six.
It's a brilliant team. I have to say there, Neil, when you compared Mickey Quinn to Luis Suarez, I nearly fell off my seat, but he just didn't flinch. He thought that was about right. Let me ask you about... we talked about...
Good judge, you, Neil. You're a good judge.
Quinn was a good player. He was deceptive and all, you know what I mean? He's a class finisher.
Neil, I think you might have got the wrong fella, mate. I'm not sure. Listen, you talked about Barcelona's defeat at the weekend. Obviously, Celtic had a fantastic victory over Rangers, and without riling up rivals of your Hibernian team in the Scottish Premier League, what did you make of the game? Celtic brilliant, or Rangers really brought down to a bump about the reality of where they are?
I think the latter. I think Celtic played very well, but once they... always in a firm game, first goal's the most important, and Celtic got it. Rangers sort of, played into Celtic's hands a little. I think going into the game, Danny, there was a gulf between the teams anyway, and then it manifested itself. So whether it was a reality check, I'm not sure. I think Mark knew how difficult the prospect of going there was going to be, but obviously the manner of the defeat and 5-1 is a demoralising scoreline for them, and they'll have to pick themselves up. In terms of Celtic, they've been waiting a long time for that. They lost the semi-final of the Cup last year, so they weren't in a great place, but Brennan's come in and galvanised the players that would be there, and then he's added some really good quality to the squad, and they look more like themselves again. But it was, I wouldn't say it was to be expected. I think Celtic played brilliantly, and really punished them and scored really good goals as well. But for Rangers, they're going to have to go back and lick their wounds and look at where they are and say, right, well, how do we, close the gap? Because there is an obvious gap there that's been there for quite a while now.
And Neil, your club Leicester as well. How are they going to fare in the Champions League? They've got Bruges tomorrow.
It's a great, I think it's great that they're there. It's going to be very interesting, Quinny. I think that it's a decent group for them. I think there was always going to be a hangover from last season. Impossible to replicate that again. And now they've just got to concentrate on themselves. To Leicester, for any European team, I think it'll be really intimidating because the atmosphere there is fantastic. And I think they're well equipped. I think they've got, all right, they lost Kante, but they still kept Mahrez, they kept Vardy, they've added Musa to it, who, one thing he'll bring to the team in terms of European football is real pace on the counter-attack. So, if they can just get back to the levels that they were playing at the end of last season, which is going to be difficult because they were on a real good run and the momentum was fantastic. If they can pick that up again, then I think they should qualify from the group.
Listen, Neil, thank you for all that, but we'd be remiss not to ask you about your new boys at Hibs. I think I can answer this question. How are you getting on? 5 wins from 5 in the Championship in Scotland. You're manager of the month. I take it you're enjoying it. I take it the team are improving.
I'm loving it. Listen, when I took the job on, it really appealed to me, Danny. It's a big club in Scotland. It's a big city club as well in the capital, in Edinburgh. And they something that I've achieved for a long time by winning the Scottish Cup. And it was such a taboo to break for not just the club, but it meant so much to the supporters. So there's been a real feel-good factor over the summer, and that's carried on into the season. That was a really good score from
Okay, Neil, listen, thank you so much indeed for joining us. The line's got a bit wonky there.